ask, how are you, how are you? When you don't have money, they won't behave the same with you. They'll be like, who are you, who are you? But look, in transcendental world, there's only one thing, chitbal. Chitbal. The power of consciousness. If you don't have that, then if your consciousness is not powerful, then you cannot enter the path of spirituality. To enter the path of spirituality, we need chitbal. This chitbal, the power of consciousness. How do we make it our consciousness powerful? Baladeva Prabhu, he gives this specific power. Baladeva Prabhu, he gives it. Chitbal. Without the mercy of Baladeva Prabhu in our heart, bhakti will never manifest without his mercy. It's not possible that it will manifest without his mercy. That's why it is said, God is known as Satchid Anand. Satchid Anand. Satchid Anand. Three things we got: Sat, Chit and Anand. Three things. Sat means spiritual existence. Chit means knowledge. Anand means bliss. Anandamai, full of bliss. Sachidanand, God is Satchid Anand. But the three words are used, Satchid Anand, for the God. Sat means Satta, spiritual existence. Chit means knowledge. The presiding deities are also explained accordingly. The presiding deities of the Ananda, bliss, is Ladini Shakti Swarupini Srimati Radhika. He is the presiding deities of Ananda. She gives Anand, Ladini Shakti. Ananda. The source of all bliss is Srimati Radharani. In transcendental world is known as Chidanand, like transcendental bliss. In Jagatana is not Chidanand, like extremely transcendental bliss, and it's the material happiness also that is in this material world. What is the Jada Anand? Material happiness. But look, all types of bliss, the source of all kinds of bliss is Srimati Radhika. Even one who is pleasing Krishna, giving bliss to Krishna, is Srimati Radharani. She gives, the one who gives Anand to Krishna is Nam Haladini. She is Srimati Radhika. That's why Radhini Shakti, the presiding deities of Anand, is Srimati Radhika. Chit means knowledge. The presiding deities of knowledge is Krishna. The presiding deities of knowledge. Who is? Krishna is the presiding deity of knowledge. The transcendental knowledge. It appears in our heart by the mercy of God. And third thing is, Sat means Satta, existence. These Sat, the presiding deities of existence, is Baladeva Prabhu. Baladeva Prabhu. Without mercy of Baladeva Prabhu, we cannot exist in spiritual world. So that's why Baladeva Prabhu, he is presiding deities of spiritual existence, because without his mercy we cannot exist spiritually. God always He resides in transcendental worlds and to transcendental pastimes because he's Sachidanand. But in material world, is happy or sad? Is there happiness or sadness in this world? You tell me. Who will tell? Those who are living in this material world, they will tell if it's happy or sad. All the people of the material world, they are upset. They are sad. Is anyone happy? Tell me. The poor person says rich person is happy. Rich person says more rich person is happy, and more rich person says king is happy. King says the king of all kings is happy, and king of all kings says Indra is happy. Indra says Brahma is sukhi, and Brahma says no one is happy. No one is happy. Everyone is sad in this world. Everyone is sad. Everyone, depending on their karmas, they are experiencing happiness and sadness, depending on their own karmas respectively. So where is sukha? Where is happiness? Where is the real happiness? In Upanishad, there is a Sloka. There can be no happiness in like little things. In big things, big, like very very big, huge, like there's a huge thing, like nothing is equal to that. It's nothing can be greater than that, nothing can be bigger than that. That is known as this. It's like the biggest and biggest and biggest. Nothing can be equal to it ever, and nothing can be more than it. That is known as Bhuma Vastu, like very huge object. There can be no happiness in little object, like little thing. Where is happiness in big thing, like huge object? So all the things in this material world, they are less, they are limited. So they are limited or not. But transcendental world, it's infinite. It's huge, infinite. That's right, but infinite. It's infinite and unlimited. That's why if it's always infinite, it's like endless. That is transcendental thing and transcendental place. It's endless, it's infinite. Jaiv Dharma Bhaktivinoda Thakur is saying the sky is also infinite, you can say. But no. Beyond the sky, there are worlds beyond the sky. That's why it said Bhumaiva Sukham. In little objects there can be no happiness. In limited things there can be no happiness. All the things in this material world, they have limits in this material world. But in transcendental world, everything is unlimited. The bliss is unlimited. The bliss is all there is also infinite. That's why in Vedanta Sutra, Vyasadeva is writing Anandamay Purush, the one who is giving Anand again and again, take his shelter, hear about him, remember about him. So in Vedanta Sutra, we are saying Anandamay Vyasat. In Vedanta Sutra, in Chaitanya Charitamrita explanation is different. So I will not go into that right now. But if I explain this, then I will just keep on explaining this for 2 hours. Because Vedanta Sutras are so deep. I said Anandamay Abhyasat. Anandamay Abhyas. Again and again remember the God. Again and again think about Him. Again and again practice to do devotional service to Him. Again and again do kirtan about Him. That's why I just said there is no happiness in this material world. There is only sadness, because this is the world of Maya. And in transcendental world, there is all happiness. There is not even one drop of sadness. Not even smell of sadness is there. Not even smell of distress or unhappiness is there. That world full of bliss, transcendental bliss, is like this. So beautiful it is. There is a Sloka. There is no need of sun. No need of the moon also. Chidanand. One day if sun does not rise, how will you feel? You will not like it, right? In the day of winter, if the 3 days the sun will not rise, you will be shivering with cold in winter season. And the time of summer, and you are thinking, when will the sunset come? When will the sunset come? Because during the sunlight, there's so much heat. In the daytime, there's so much heat. If there are clouds and it's raining a bit, then it's nice. And during the time of it, what do you need? What do you need at the time of winters? We like to have the sunlight. So what I'm trying to say is, everything in this material world, they have their limits. Everything is limited, but transcendental world, everything is unlimited and infinite. Come, let's get absorbed in Harikatha again. So I was telling about Sat Chidanand. Sat means spiritual existence. The presiding deities of spiritual existence is Baladeva Prabhu. Chit means knowledge. Presiding deities of knowledge is Krishna. And Anand, the bliss, the presiding deities of bliss is Srimati Radhika. This is the same tattva if you analyze deeply. And by his inconceivable natural potency, it is manifesting in many, many forms. It is one tattva. The source is the same. Like, for example, the devotees, depending on the mood of the devotee, God, he manifests his specific form depending on the mood of his devotee. Like a jewel, is that jewel name is Vaidurjamani. Vaidurjamani. It has 7 colors. It's like a prism. So depending on from the angle you look at that prism, you will see a different color. Understanding? Vaidurjamani. So that's like a prism. Jewel-like prism. So God, he has many, many rasic-like qualities that are full of mellows. That's why. So what I was explaining is that Baladeva Prabhu, he's presiding deities of what? Sat. Satta, spiritual existence. Chit means transcendental knowledge. And the presiding deity of knowledge is Krishna himself. Whether it be material knowledge or transcendental knowledge, all types of knowledge. All knowledge is coming from Krishna. Source of all knowledge is Krishna. In this material world, everything is contaminated by material things, and it is known as material body, material things, material knowledge, because it is touched by Maya. For example, this body, in reality, this body is coming from where? It is coming from, it's a God's creation, isn't it? Knowledge, the material knowledge that we see, where is it coming from? Everything is coming from transcendental world. In there, everything is in pure form, and here it is contaminated by the touch of Maya. It is opposite. It's like opposite from that world. Nothing else. This is just the difference. Whatever are there in the transcendental world, everything is here in this material world. But here it's opposite. Sometimes it's hidden. It's sometimes it's like directly it's there. Sometimes in transcendental form. This is like this. So this Baladeva Prabhu, we're listening about Baladeva Prabhu, we were hearing about him. Baladeva Prabhu, in 10 ways he's serving Krishna. In 10 ways. He's serving Krishna. Asan, Basan, Bhushan, Paduka, like this, Jalasevan. Many services he's doing. Baladeva Prabhu, he is in 10 ways he's serving Krishna. Krishna in the womb of Devaki, he appeared. In the prison of Kans. And look, God, he appeared there. Baladeva Prabhu also appeared. Where did he appear? First he appeared in from the womb of Devaki. He also appeared from there. He also appeared there. And Yogamaya, what did she do? She transferred the Baladeva Prabhu from the womb of Devaki to the womb of Rohini Devi. This is a hidden secret that not many people know. Devaki, after 6 children of her died, the 7th child, first who came? Baladeva Prabhu. But Yogamaya, she transferred the Baladeva Prabhu from the womb of Devaki to the womb of Rohini Devi. And Rohini Devi also, that time she was also pregnant at that time when Baladeva Prabhu was, at that time when Mother Yashoda was pregnant. At that time Rohini Devi was also pregnant. So what happened then? 6 months were Baladeva Prabhu was there in the womb. 6 months he stayed in the womb of Devaki. After 6 months Yogamaya transferred to Rohini Devi womb. So Baladev, so Devaki's 7th child did not take birth properly. So Yogamaya arranged this Leela. What is the meaning? When God appears, what happens? There needs to be a platform, a supportive platform for the God's pastime to take place. Like before Guru comes, the disciples, they put asana. In the same way, Baladeva Prabhu, his responsibility is like this, to make a platform before God appears. So he has to come, make platform and prepare so that everything is ready for God. And then Baladeva Prabhu, so Yogamaya, she transferred Baladeva Prabhu from the womb of Devaki to the womb of Rohini. And that time Rohini Devi was pregnant also. Baladeva Prabhu stayed 6 months in the womb of Devaki. And in Rohini Devi, he stayed how many months? 8 months. Now total of how much months is it? Now it's 14 months. Because 6 plus 8. This is the thing. Everything is possible in case of God. So no need to have any doubts. God can do anything. So Katha that I'm trying to speak here is that Baladeva Prabhu, he is serving Krishna in 10 ways. Asan, Vasan, Bhushan, Paduka, meaning the slippers of Krishna, the footwear of Krishna. Who is it? That is Baladeva Prabhu. It was raining. If it's raining like cats and dogs, and there's like everywhere it's darkness, a heavy rain. So Vasudev Maharaj. So it was when Krishna appeared. So this is Vasudev Maharaj. He brought Krishna, and at that time Yashoda Mother gave birth to Gopal. What did she do? My Yogamaya. At that time, Vasudev did not see that Yashoda has given birth to a child. He thought, I am just putting my child here and I will take Yogamaya. He took Yogamaya with him. Who? Vasudeva Maharaj. Can you ask Radha the password of her phone? One nine six seven. 1967. So then, so Vasudeva Maharaj, when he went, all the doors opened automatically, and when he came back, his doors closed automatically. So then the Leela pastime happened like this. Then Kansa's security guards, they woke up and they gave the news to Kans that Devaki has given birth to a child. At that time, Kans, what did he do? He snatched away the little baby-born girl from Devaki's hands, and he tried to throw that little girl into a stone and hit her with a stone. Yogamaya, what did she do? She kicked the head of Kansa so hard, and he fell down. Kansa saw up that little child. He transformed into a form of he had with 8 hands, manifested into like a demigoddess, and she kicked the head of Kansa so hardly that Kansa fell down. The katha further is that Baladeva Prabhu in one form, so he's serving Krishna like this. Actually, there is no difference between Baladeva and Krishna. There is just the difference of the complexion. This Chaitanya Charitamrita is explained. Baladeva Prabhu has fair complexion, and Krishna has a bit of blackish complexion. This is the difference. Only difference. Baladeva Prabhu and Krishna, they are same tattva. But yet Baladeva Prabhu, he has this Mohitar Das, I am your servant. I am your servant. I am your servant. No, Mohitar Das. No. I am his servant. I am Krishna's servant. This is the good positive ego that he has. So servants have this positive ego that I am Krishna's servant. He is God himself, but yet he has this positive ego realization of that I am Krishna's servant. So he is like presiding deities of service, like embodiment of service. So service is the topmost religion. Serving is seva is the topmost religion. That's why Baladeva Prabhu first, like he came in form of asana. In 10 ways, I told that 10 ways Baladeva Prabhu is serving Krishna. Asana, Vasan, Bhushan, Paduka, like slippers of footwear of Krishna. Even the Janeu, the sacred thread of Krishna that he's wearing, that is Baladeva Prabhu also. In all types, many ways he's serving Krishna. Because in reality, Baladeva Prabhu is embodiment of the mood of service, proper mood of service. Baladeva Prabhu, by his mercy, our heart is cleansed. If we don't have the power, then we won't be able to enter spiritual path. That power is given by Baladeva Prabhu. Baladeva Prabhu is also known as akanda-guru-tattva, undivided guru-tattva. Baladeva Prabhu. That's why there is the glories of serving Baladeva Prabhu established through the scriptures. How he served Govinda. So how Baladeva Prabhu served Krishna Govinda from his birth till the disappearance. Baladeva Prabhu, he served Krishna all the time. A powerless person cannot attain something. A powerless person cannot attain something. A lion, if he's sleeping in the cave, will a deer come and enter in his mouth? If a lion is sleeping in the cave, will a deer come and enter his mouth? A lion being so powerful, what do they have to do? They have to make efforts to go and hunt down a deer. That's why Baladeva Prabhu, so may he manifest, appear in my heart and give me power. First, you have to see how Baladeva Prabhu is serving Krishna. How many ways is he serving? No. How many types of service? 10. 10 ways he's serving. Asana, Vasana, Bhushan, Paduka, the footwear of Krishna, asana of Krishna, seat of Krishna, even the clothes of Krishna that he's wearing, that is Baladeva Prabhu. Even the sacred thread of the Janeu of Krishna that he's wearing is Baladeva Prabhu. When Bhishma Pitama, he was fighting fiercely that Arjun, he was about to be defeated. And before that, Krishna, he took a vow. Before entering the battle of Kurukshetra, he took a vow that I will never pick up weapon in the battlefield. And Bhishma Pitama, what did he say? He said, I will, if I am the son of my father, then I will definitely force you to pick up weapon in the battlefield. I will make sure that you pick up weapon in the battlefield. Deer. He was firing the arrows so fastly. Arjun was so sharply, he was firing the arrows so quickly. If the Arjun was about to be defeated, the Krishna, sometimes he was making the chariot jump up so the shots of arrow they miss. And Krishna, on the chest of Krishna, the arrows were meant to hit Arjun, but it touched the chest of Krishna. Krishna, he was driving the Rath in such a way, sometimes it was jumping up and down, and the arrow, it came and hit the chest of Krishna. And then the chest of Krishna, it became red. All the blood was spread around and it was red in color. Bhishma Pitama, he's glorifying after seeing this blood. He's connecting this to Sringar Ras. In the way when Krishna, in the confidential kunjas with gopis, while he's doing the divine plays with the gopis, divine plays of love, at that time, the kumkum, the red powder on the chest of the gopis, when he embraces the chest, the same red powder gets applied on the chest of Krishna. That's why Krishna's chest is red. And Bhishma Pitama is seeing this and he's remembering about Sringar Ras in this way. He's glorifying Sringar Ras like this. So beautiful. When Krishna, Bhishma Pitama, So Krishna, he took a vow that he will not pick up weapon. But when Arjuna was about to be defeated, Krishna could not hold his patience. Krishna became so angry. Krishna became angry, and he jumped down from the chariot. He picked up the wheel of the chariot, and he picked up that wheel, and he started to run towards Bhishma to kill him. And Bhishma Pitama is glorifying Krishna that time. So beautiful. So even Krishna, when he became angry and he's running towards Bhishma, he was holding the wheel of the chariot in his hand and running towards Bhishma. At that time, the gold jewel Krishna was wearing on his chest, it fell down. What is the meaning of this? Meaning Baladeva Prabhu is saying, Prabhu, don't do this. Don't pick up weapon in the battlefield, because the pitambar, the clothes of Krishna that he's wearing, the jewels that Krishna is wearing, that is Baladeva Prabhu. They fell down when Krishna ran towards Bhishma. So Baladeva Prabhu was signifying and asking Krishna to not do this. The clothes of Krishna, that is Baladeva Prabhu. And Baladeva Prabhu is in form of Shesh. In that form he is also serving Sheshnag. He is holding the billions and billions of universe on his head. Vasudeva Maharaj, when I told you, when he was going to taking Krishna to Yashoda, everywhere was water around. The Yamuna was flowing very fiercely, and he was a real young newborn baby, so they was thinking what to do now, and it was raining heavily, and he had to cross the river Yamuna also. Then Vasudeva Maharaj became afraid. He felt distressed, and that time Baladeva Prabhu in form of Shesh, a snake with a huge broad head, and he came and he covered he made like an umbrella on top of Krishna from his head, so that no rain touches Krishna, but Krishna does not get wet. So he acted as an umbrella. He served in form of umbrella. So Baladeva Prabhu, topic of Baladeva Prabhu is so deep, so deep. Baladeva Prabhu non-different deities is who? Guru Pad Padma. That's why Guru Pad Padma is known as. They come in the same tattva like Baladeva Prabhu, akanda-guru-tattva. Why? Because why is Baladev serving Krishna? Conditioned souls, they don't want to serve. Do they want to serve? No. They have desire to serve Maya only. This phone, if you pick up your phone, you won't realize you waste 2 hours on it quickly. You're like clicking many things, scrolling through things. 2 hours will pass by, you won't even realize. And if they show me the phone, then also time is wasted. They give me the phone and to give me to speak to someone, and then like some things moves in this touch screen phones. What do these people do? They're sitting in Katha and they're also doing clicking the phone. Sometimes they give it to me and talk to someone, then I talk. Then it disappears because I'm not used to using touchscreen mobiles. Sometimes it opens another application or something, it disappears, and they I don't know, they do something like signs on it. So let's get back absorbed in Harikatha. So Baladeva Prabhu is akanda-guru-tattva. What is the meaning of Guru? Guru is no one else. Guru is the condensed form of deity who serves Krishna. Presiding deity serves Krishna. We don't know how to serve Krishna. That same Krishna, in the form of Baladeva Prabhu, he comes and he teaches how to serve. How to serve. This, and depending on which time there is specific service, how you do it, everything is taught by Baladeva Prabhu. It's in Guruvashtaka. What do we say? These are the glories of Guru Pad Padma. Baladeva Prabhu, he teaches us how to serve by giving example how he behaves. So Krishna, he defeated many demons. Putana, Dinavarta, Chakatasur, many demons Krishna killed. But Baladeva Prabhu, first he killed Dhenukasur. That's like a donkey-like demon, Dhenukasur. This which symbolizes like a foolish darkness. Darkness like foolish, like a donkey. There's no one more foolish than a donkey. Boo-hoo. Donkey will drink dirty water. If you give them Bisleri water, they will not drink it. Boo. Baladeva Prabhu, first he killed what? This Dhenukasur. He symbolizes darkness, foolishness. So this Leela Katha was expressed by Sukdev Goswami Pad to Parikshit Maharaj. Going in Talwan. That place is of what? Gardhavasur, like donkey-like demon, foolish. Everybody wants to go. You all will have to go alone. Gurudev is saying this, Prabhu.
बलदेव प्रभु किसको कौन सा अवसर पे पहले मारा?
Baladeva Prabhu killed which demon first? Dhenugasur. So Dev Goswami Pad very nicely. Uh, he's distributing like the playful ras, like joking like ras, making everybody laugh. He's making everybody laugh, and he killed Dhenugasur, Baladeva Prabhu. He's making everyone laugh by his activities, the way he was killing Dhenugasur. One day the Sakhas, the friends of Krishna, while cow herding from Vrindavana, they went towards Mathura. It was afternoon time. By desire of God, all the Sakhas, all the friends, they forgot to bring their lunch with them. It was afternoon time, and all the friends, they said, "Oh Krishna, the rats are running. We are feeling so much hunger pangs. We're so hungry." So Hindi proverb is like rats running in stomach. Hunger pangs. So Krishna said, "Look nearby, there's a beautiful garden here. There are many types of fruits. Many type of fruit are here. Fruit is here, and especially in this garden, there's a special tree, tal tree, and there are beautiful fruits are there. Beautiful smell was also coming. Like Krishna and Balarama said, oh friends, today we will eat this tal fruit." English of this open form. You know the English of this tal fruit. In Bengal, Bihar, you find this. The English. It's very nice fruit. No English for this one. And it's white in color. It's white in color, and in Giraj, Govardhan is also it's there. It's very sweet. I don't know. I'm not eating. So palm fruit. So friends, Sakhas, Krishna said to his friends, "Today we will go and eat this palm fruit because it's so beautiful and smelling so fresh." So it looks like this. No, is this black in color? No. It has two colors. Oh, this one Gurudev was talking about, the black one. If you see this, have you seen this fruit? It's very sweet, and you make petha of this like a sweet dish. Have you eaten petha? It's like a sweet dish. Have you eaten that? It's very nice. I remember Uma Didi, she used to cook so beautifully. Whenever she goes to Bengal, she cooks this palm fruit, and she makes a beautiful pakoda. She fries it and makes a very nice dish. Uma Didi makes a fried dish. Very sweet. She also makes pitha pana, which is like sweet coke made of sweet coconut and something. So that garden of palm fruit, that was owned by Kans, and Kansa's servant Gardavasur, the donkey-like demon, was looking after it on the instruction of Kans. And the beautiful, very nice fruit, they were he used to take these fruits to Kans, take the fruit to Kans. Krishna, Balarama, and the afternoon it was afternoon, and Krishna and Balarama, they went there, and they started to shake the tree of that palm tree, And that donkey-like demon, Gardavasur, he was sleeping in the garden in the corner. And Krishna Balaram, when they were shaking the tree so hardly, when they shake the big, completely ripe palm fruits, they fell down like one by one and made a sound, tap, 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 tap. In the meantime, and Gardavasur, the donkey-like demon, he was closed his eyes. He said, "Hey!" While his eyes were closed, he said, "Oh, who is here?" Krishna said, "Oh, I am your father. I am your death." It's like a Hindi proverb. So, like, I am your death. So Gardavasur, when Krishna said 2-3 times, when Gardavasur, so this Leela, what happened? This Leela is, name title of this Leela is Gardavasur Vada Leela. So Krishna said, today is the Leela of Gardavasur. Today we will kill this donkey-like demon. And Gardavasur, that demon, he said, like, they make the sound like donkey, have dachu. And then he came very angry, in a very angry mood he came. And what is the nature of a donkey? The feet at their back, they are strong. And they run fast because of that. And they kick with that, those also. And they make the sound hapo. And they come. Krishna Balaram, they step back a bit. So intentionally, they came step back, and then when the donkey tried to attack again, Baladeva Prabhu, he grabbed the feet of that donkey, and in the he was rotating him in the sky like this. Like he was, have you seen this, like a firecracker that moves round and round in circles? It's in the same way, Baladeva Prabhu, he grabbed the feet of the donkey and he lifted him up, and he was rotating him in a circular form, and he, with high velocity, he threw him very far away. He was swinging him in the sky in a circular way, and he threw him. And the tal tree also, the palm tree also broke. So Gardavasur's body was so huge, the donkey demon was so huge, and when Baladeva Prabhu threw him, he struck the palm tree, and the palm tree broke. And at the end, Baladeva Prabhu killed Gardavasur, this donkey-like demon. When he died, his family, the kids of that demon, they came and they tried to attack Baladeva Prabhu. But look, Baladeva Prabhu quickly, he grabbed their feet and he swung them all like this. And after, when the donkey died, everywhere there was a stool passed. There was a stool everywhere around the garden. But at the time of death, the donkeys passed their stools. And everything was filled with blood and mucus. And a friend, Sakhas, they did not eat any fruit. So this katha is also explained. So Gardavasur, the meaning of this Leela, what is the significance? This symbolizes what? This symbolizes the darkness and foolishness. But Baladeva Prabhu, in our heart, this is like darkness and foolishness in our heart. It's like a donkey in our heart. Baladeva Prabhu, he kills that donkey in our heart, and he removes away all the darkness. Everyone has this foolishness. We say like donkey is foolish. In Bhagavatam also there's a sloka. The most foolish is the donkey, as per the scriptures. There is some foolishness in the cow also, but the most foolish is the donkey. Some people use this as an abusive word. They say donkey, like boo. Like, oh, are you a donkey? Gurudev used to say, look, during the time of summer, the donkey becomes fat, and during the rainy season, monsoon, he loses weight. Why? During the time of summer, the grass is dry, so donkey, to eat, he keeps on walking and he finding grass and eating. So he walks and he eats. He eats when he turns back, and he says, "I've come so far, and now, and I'm not like my stomach is not full. I still feel hungry." Because he's walking and eating in the time of monsoon. Donkey, he becomes thin. He loses weight. Why? Because there is so much grass in the time of rainy season, and the donkey stays at one place and he eats and he feels satisfied and he sleeps, and he says, "Oh, no need to make any efforts, no need to go anywhere." So that's why during monsoon he becomes thin, and in the time of summer he becomes fat. What is the meaning? He eat karmi and jnani like this. In Chaitanya Charitamrita, Chaitanya Bhagavad, this example is coming. And Prabhupada is explaining. You ask them to chant holy names. It's hard or not to chant holy names? Okay, do parikrama with your legs. But you need comfort or not. To chant holy names for 1 hour, how hard is it? It is hard, right? And what is even more hard than this? Like getting absorbed and focusing. And with your concentration, chanting holy names, it's even harder. Everybody chants holy names, but no one is chanting with concentration. You just leave mind is very restless, and you no control on it. You can do parikrama while walking. You cannot do parikrama properly also. Well, you are walking in parikrama and doing mundane talks. You do or not, you tell me. You're thinking about material things, and you are chanting, you are saying Hare Krishna, Ram Ram, and you're doing mundane talks, then your 1 round will not even be complete. Even 3 hours you will come back and you will check your 1 round is not even complete. Why? Because you were speaking when you were doing parikrama. You were talking about here and there, material talks. You were criticizing like this. You chant holy names and be absorbed in the pastimes that happen in the nearby places whenever you pass through the parikrama. This is the way to do parikrama. This is not the way to do parikrama. You are taking bead back and just walk around for 3 hours and come back. This is not parikrama. This is not parikrama. This is true or not? That's why at the time of parikrama, don't do mundane talks. Only remember the past times. So Baladeva Prabhu, he killed the demon and he established this significance. He destroys the darkness, unawareness. He destroys this. If we have unawareness and darkness, we cannot enter spirituality, the path of spirituality. This darkness needs to go away. No. So those who have spiritual realization, Vata, Pitta, Kapha, there are 3 types of bodies explained in Ayurveda, and by this our body is composed with these 3 things as per the Ayurveda, and we think that we are this body, we have this bodily conception. What is the more biggest foolishness than this? That we are this body. This is what they were saying, this is the biggest foolishness. Having this bodily conception, this is the source, root of all anarthas. This is the root of all anarthas, that we are this bodily conception. Don't be absorbed in this. Do bhajan. God is By this killing this donkey-like demon, he is signifying this, that how can we do bhajan of God? How can we enter the path of spirituality? God is doing this lila because of this. How can we develop one-pointed faith towards Sri Radha? That's why Baladeva Prabhu, by his mercy, may he destroy the darkness and the anarthas in our heart. How many types of anartha are there? There are 4 types of anarthas. Hridaya, so we put Asatrishna. And these 4 anarthas also divide in 4 types. Therefore, they are divided into 4. There are many types of anartha like this, but in Madhurya Kadambini it is explained. We have Brahma.
Brahma pramada vipralipsa karana patav.
Baladeva Prabhu, what does he do? He, in our heart, all types of deceit, hypocrisy, duplicity, he removes it from our hearts. This is what Guru does. Akanda-guru-tattva, Guru-tattva Baladeva Prabhu, he destroys all the anarthas. How will they be destroyed? How will they be destroyed? Through the medium of Harikatha. This is the thing. So Harikatha is the weapon that destroys these anarthas. There's no difference between Krishna and Krishna Katha. It enters through the ears and it enters the heart and it destroys all the anarthas. In Bhajan Rahasya, the secrets of Bhajan, this is explained. Baladeva Prabhu, we should be grateful towards him. We should have gratitude towards Baladeva Prabhu. If we don't have gratitude, we're not loyal. If we don't have loyalty towards Guru, if we don't have loyalty towards Guru, then everything is useless. We should be loyal to Guru. Gurudev used to explain the Katha. A barber was there near the king, and king used to clean his beard every day, and he had a barber who always stayed with him every day, and that barber, he did some karma. Depending on the fruit of that karma, he was sentenced to death. All the ministers, they said, this barber, he has to be sentenced to death, he has to die. But the king, he had attached to a servant, right? The king was attached and he had love towards his servant. So king was thinking what to do. And the ministers, they all were forcing the king. They were becoming angry on the king. Oh king, you have to sentence him to death. But king, he was thinking in his heart, but this is my very nice servant. How can I do this to him? He's my Baba. He's doing shaving. So like when they are using the blade to shave, they can use and slit the throat in 1 second also. They say, he will say, king, put your throat up like this, and he will, like Muslims, they slaughter the goats like this, they slit their throats. So a wife and husband, so they grabbed chicken from one part and the husband grabbed from the other part, and then they slaughtered the chicken. I saw this. So barber can also do this, can slit the throat of the king. Raja had special love and affection towards this barber. That's why he did not want to sentence the barber to death. But the minister was saying, sentence him to death. Gurudev used to explain this katha, and this very nice learning is hidden in this katha. If someone does little service, if someone serves a little bit, we should be grateful towards. We should be like debtful to them, become debtful to them. So one minister, they say we have to sentence him to death. The king was thinking what to do now, because he has to listen to ministers also. So at that time they say, okay, do one thing, put him in the cage of a lion. So Ananda king, what did he do? He put barber in the cage of a lion. But it's a very surprising thing. See, when the barber, he entered the cage of the lion, he smelled the barber, and he sat down peacefully. He smelled down like this, and he kept on breathing. He did not eat him or attack the barber. 2 hours passed by, 3 hours passed by, but the lion did not attack the barber at all. Everyone was surprised. The ministers were looking from the outside what's happening inside the cage. Ministers, they said, Maharaj, so they brought the barber outside from the cage. The king asked, he said, barber, why did this lion eat you? Why he just smelled you and he did not kill you? He said, king, listen, I'll tell you the secret. I am your servant, I will tell you the truth. So much loyalty is there in an animal, you can see. So much loyalty is there in an animal, you can see. Okay, tell me. So he said, the barber said, Maharaj, one day I was going towards the forest. In the meantime, I see a lion, he was sitting there. And his leg was like trembling in pain. And I felt like he was calling me. His leg was moving in pain like this, and I felt he was calling me. And look, so I put my life in danger and I went to help him. I saw the claw of the lion, the blood was coming from there. He was wounded, and some thorns were inside that his claw. So what did I do? I took out all the thorns from his claw, and then I did some bandage and did some dressing so that his wound heals. And I teared my cloth and I put some bandage on his wound. And after this, that lion, he smelled my body and he went back towards the forest. He said, King, I am 100% sure that this is the same lion that your people have brought and put in the cage. This is that same lion. And the lion realized that this person is the person who helped me once. Look, Gurudev used to express this katha many times. This lion, the lion realized that this lion is thinking, this person, one day he helped me, I cannot kill him. This is loyalty. Kritagda, being grateful, having gratitude for someone who helps. If someone offends us, we quickly punish them. This is like loyalty and gratitude. So Guru, what does he do? He nourishes our spiritual life. Guru gives us mantra and he gives us Hari Katha. What does he do? He destroys all our anarthas. Sadguru, what do they do? He destroys all the anarthas of the disciple. By his love, by his chastisement, anyhow, in all many ways, he nourishes the disciple. So what should we have towards Guru? We should be grateful. We should have gratitude, loyalty. Then the moral of the story Gurudev used to express the moral of the story like this also. So Baladeva Prabhu is akanda-guru-tattva. The foolishness in the heart of the disciple, he destroys it. Baladeva Prabhu in his hand, what is he holding? He is holding a plow and a musal. So he's holding this weapon. With the plow, he grabs. With the plow is used to like plow the field. Like the farmers, they use this tool. In the same way, the heart of the conditioned soul, it is filled with many anarthas. That is kind of like infertile land for bhakti. So big stones, big useless stones are there. Baladeva Prabhu breaks them. What do you need to break the stones? Like a huge hammer, a fat hammer. In the same way, Baladeva Prabhu, in our heart, the big stone like mountains, like anger, lust, what does he do? He breaks them and turns the mountains into powder. Anger, lust, attachment, enviousness, everything goes away. But in our heart, in the conditioned soul, there's a one big huge mountain that does not move from its place. What is that? What is that one thing? Pratisthasha. The desire for name, fame, reputation. Everything will go away. Everything will go away. Everything will go away. But they're saying this for Madhavendra Puripad saying, Katha coming from Madhavendra Puripad. So Gopinath, early in the morning, he stole the kheer with Siddha Mahatma. He can just make in a snap, he can manifest 1,000 bowls of kheer. Why would he steal some kheer? But look, in reality, Gopinath, he said to Pujari, look, I am stolen a kheer. So that Madhavendra Puri give this to him. Madhavendra Puri is thinking early in the morning he will speak, and people, what will they say? They will say Siddha Mahatma, and they will come behind me. The pratishtha, the fame will come or not, because if the pujari will give him, then he will become famous. So even many anarthas will go away. In Manasiksha it is said, pratishtha, the desire of fame, reputation. Oh dear mind, oh my brother mind, how will prem manifest in your heart? Until and unless you give up, you don't have name, fame, and reputation. But we are expecting it. That everyone gives garland to us. Okay, Baladeva Prabhu is today there. At least give me garland. No one give garland. And you give this garland is not very nice. We have pratishtha, the desire for name, fame, reputation. This is pratishtha. I am high class exalted devotee. I am very big speaker. After katha, I ask, oh, how is my katha? Aha, very nice. How many claps, how many times people clapped in my katha? Trivikram Maharaj lecture, he used to explain all this very clearly. I am saying this for myself. And I'm listening from myself. I'm not telling this to any of you. I'm just giving my example. Tirth Maharaj used to say, what will you give me today? No, how did I speak today? Tirth Maharaj, how did I speak today? So because the desire of pratishtha is there. It's like a chandalini, like a female prostitute. It's like a female prostitute who eats dog meat. Prem cannot manifest. all these anarthas. Baladeva Prabhu, Sarupta, Aparad, Satrishna. There are different types of anartha. Dushkrit anartha, Bhakti anartha, Pradut anartha. Many anarthas are filled in the heart. If we open the heart and we analyze, so Hanuman opened his chest and he did, and Ram Sita was there. But if Ram opened his chest, no, not Ram. If we open our chest, then there's so much dirt is there. Will Radha Krishna appear in our chest? What will come? Blood and mucus will come if we tear out our chest. So Gurudev is symbolizing this to many anarthas that are filled in our hearts. This is true or not? So today we are celebrating the appearance day of Baladeva Prabhu. We are praying this to Baladeva Prabhu that, oh dear Baladeva Prabhu, please request the blood mucus, the anarthas that are in our heart. Only you and you can clean this. And only you can help us from this. Only you can do this. No one else can do this. We don't want to show the anarthas. All the dirt, we conceal the dirt, the faults that we have. And from outside, we put perfume and many things like this. You don't want to wash it with the water in the... So you should wash your hands with water. Many people are using sanitizers, they're using wet tissues. They use it in the West. I'm not criticizing them, but it's their country. As per they're following their religion. They're their culture. But in India, it's summer. It's like a hot country. They give me wet tissue. No, this is not the way. Everyone uses toilet paper. In Western country, they keep there because it's a cold country. That's a different subject. I'm not criticizing. I love my West. I love going to the West. I'm not criticizing. So you have to live according to time and circumstance. Because it's cold countries, the ice is there. So if they take bath, then it will be so cold for them. So our country is hot, isn't it? Everybody wants to become West. Everybody wants to adopt the Western culture. So their culture is created because depending on their time and circumstances, their climate, they're doing it as per that. And our climate is like this. So according to that, so how do we remove the dirt? You don't want to remove the dirt. They're like, so you don't want to remove the dirt. You're like, you want to conceal the dirt, like keep it and hide it somewhere. So so today, my prayer to Baladeva Prabhu, oh dear Baladeva Prabhu, you are akanda-guru-tattva. Like you killed the donkey-like demon Gardhavasur, and you established, what did you establish? What did you establish? That is symbolizing unknowledge, foolishness, darkness. So Sloka is coming. Like in cows, like donkey is the most foolish. So this is the most foolish thing, that bodily conception is the most foolish thing that we have. We are this body. So Baladeva Prabhu, he holds a plow and a huge hammer in his hand, and he grabs the devotees. And where will you go? Stay here. And with the huge hammer, he breaks everything. Without Baladeva Prabhu, the Parad cannot be destroyed. Baladeva Prabhu killed another demon also. What's his name? Which sir? Vipralam, huh? Pralambasur. Pralambasur. And Baladev Prabhu, the time is almost up. So Baladev Prabhu, he killed another demon. That is called Divirvanar. Divitvanar. Divitvanar. In Treta Yuga, he served Ramchandra so much. Divitvanar. Look, he used to serve Ramchandra directly. In Srimad Bhagavad, this katha is there. Divitvanar, in Treta Yuga, he served Ramchandra so much. But he served Ramchandra and he did not like Lakshman. He hated Lakshman. He was jealous of Lakshman. So at that Ramchandra many times he said to do it like, Lakshman, first of all, he's my brother. And second, Lakshman is my is my servant. He's my servant and my brother. That's why it is called, you should always respect your Guru's servant. Always respect your Guru's servant. Never disrespect them. Understand my point? A servant of a Guru deserves respect. So Lakshman, he's Guru Tattva. In Ram Lila is serving Ramchandra and Lakshman is there. But Divitvanar, he did not like Lakshman. And Ramchandra told him many times, don't be jealous from Lakshman, don't have bad mood towards Lakshman. First of all, he's my brother, and second, he's my servant. He's serving me. Lakshman's service is unique and unparalleled. Why did Lakshman go to forest? What was the need to join, why he joined Ram on exile? For 14 years. He did not see the face of a woman for 14 years. He did not eat one grain. He did not sleep also. Is there any servant like this? You tell me. We say seva, service. You just give one glass of water and you say, oh, you're a servant. Like, oh, you feel like I'm very nice servant. My name is coming. Like, huh? Giving one glass of water and thinking my name comes, oh, I am just his servant. So, is there any servant like Lakshman? Tell me. In Bhagavatam, it is explained. Divitvanar Prasanga, the story of this Divitvanar. In past life, what was he? In Treta Yuga, Divitvanar, he was servant of Ramchandra. But he did not like Lakshman. His name was Divit. Means like one who has like two perceptions, like double face kind of. They believe in God. He's having faith in Ramchandra. But he's not having faith and not respecting his servant. This is like Arth Kurkuti Vichar. It's like a chicken. Like half of the chicken, you want the half of piece of the chicken that gives out eggs. You want that, and the other you have to feed the chicken. You don't want the part of the chicken that eats. You only want the part of the chicken that gives the egg. You believe in Guru, but they don't respect the Guru's servant. This is aparad. Lakshman, the service he did. If you take the names of servants in the history, all the servants of God, all the servants, you take the name. The service of Lakshman is unique and unparalleled. You tell me. Lakshman, the way he served Ramchandra, has anyone established this service? This great mood of service, has anyone portrayed? No. That's same Lakshman. Ramchandra, one day he abandoned Lakshman also. Then Lakshman also accepted. In Ramayana you read, your heart will completely melt. No one can serve like Lakshman. We do service. We say, oh, our name should come. We should get some fame, name. But no one can serve like Lakshman. Then we think, did you eat? Have you been Lakshman did not eat for 14 years. He did not see the face of woman for 14 years. He did not sleep for 14 years. He did not eat for 14 years. Then he was qualified to kill Indrajit. The renunciation and the mood of service of Lakshman is unique and unparalleled. You tell me. So I'm saying this because Ramchandra used to say, Divit, you serve me, but look, don't be opposed of my brother Lakshman, don't have bad feeling towards him. His mind is corrupted. In the time of death, what happens? The mind does not work, it's corrupted. Does the mind work at the time of death? No. Vinash kale vipreet buddhi. Vinash kale vipreet buddhi. Vinash kale vipreet, like when the time of death comes, the mind it automatically works and it gets corrupted. So the Ramayana ended. He took everything, but he went with all his associates, but he did not take Divitvana. Why? Because he was against Lakshman. After serving Ramchandra, he served so much. Ramchandra, what fruit did he get? We serve God. If you do service and you go to bad association, so Ramchandra did not take him with him. That's why Divitvana, after Treta Yuga, Dwapar Yuga came, Divitvana, he got in bad association. After doing association of God, he became a bad person because he fell into bad association. Duryodhan, Dushasan, he was in association with such people. So his mind is corrupted. Mind got corrupted. It's like Vinash Kale Vipreet Buddhi. What fruit did he get of serving God? Nothing. In Bhagavatam this is explained. And he got in bad association. What happened? That Lakshman, he came in Dwapar Yuga. In which form? Baladeva Prabhu. Then in Dwarka, the Divitvana, the bad Divitvana, Ramchandra came in 24th cycle of Chaturya, 24th cycle of day of Brahma, and Krishna, he came in the 28th cycle of Chaturya, 28th cycle of day of Brahma. So many years he stayed on earth. How many million, like trillion years he stayed. Even after serving God, it has no benefit. If you do violence or you do opposition or you do express bad mood towards Guru Vaishnava, then this will happen. No need. But bad fruit will return. We cannot even think. The material world, in God, he has the power to decide in his hands. He can decide everything he wants. He can do anything he wants. So that Divitvana in Dwarkapuri towards Baladeva Prabhu, he has his previous nature, same nature. With same nature he is acting. Depending on his nature, he again started to abuse Baladeva Prabhu, use bad words, swear words to Baladeva Prabhu in Srimad Bhagavatam. So he saw the Mahishis, and he was also criticizing the wives of Krishna. So Baladeva Prabhu, he grabbed the monkey with the plow, and he grabbed him and he hit him with a hammer. This all is expressed there. The mercy of Baladeva Prabhu, so intimate. So never we should we should never have enviousness or anything towards Guru and Vaishnav. To decide into the hands of God. Baladeva Prabhu is so merciful. Baladeva Prabhu is God himself or not? You tell me. Bhagavad Tattva. So who is doing Ras? You tell me. Apart from Krishna, no one is doing Ras. But there is a Ras Katha of Baladeva Prabhu also. In Bhagavata it's there. Baladeva Prabhu, the Ram Ghat, like we go to Ram Ghat, Brajmandal Parikrama, near the banks of Yamuna, there's Ram Ghat. There Ram Ghat is a Rohini Nantar. Baladeva Prabhu did Ras there. Some people they say, in Bhagavad, we heard about the Ras of Krishna. Which scripture tells about the Ras of Baladev? Which scripture? Which scripture do you know? You tell me. He said, I read Bhagavatam. He said, in Bhagavatam it is there. Baladeva Prabhu Ras is there. So where is it in Bhagavatam? Open and check. Open and read. Then you will know. Open and read. You have to open Bhagavatam under the shelter of a Vaishnav. That's why you should study Bhagavatam under the guidance and shelter of Vaishnav. You should be one pointed to the lotus feet of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and read Bhagavatam under the shelter of a Vaishnav, the guidance of Vaishnav. Then you will be understand. Madhumas, Chaitramas. So Madhumas, these are known as. So in these months, with the gopis, he do Ras Leela. So many beautiful kathas are about Baladeva Prabhu. That's why Chitbal, the power of knowledge, the power, he gives the power in the heart, Baladeva Prabhu gives it. If Baladeva Prabhu not give mercy, who will give mercy? That same Baladeva Prabhu in Kali Yuga, he appeared in form of Nityananda Prabhu. Some people express this katha. Krishna Leela, when it ended, then Mahaprabhu Leela started later. It's like a beautiful theatre. A beautiful director has written a beautiful theatre. So Krishna invited everything. Invited everyone. He said that after Krishna Leela, I will manifest my Gaur Leela. Baladeva Prabhu became happy. This katha is from where? What is happening? This is being discussed in Vrindavana. Right now, Krishna is planning. He's planning. He's creating a plan on how to perform the theatre. Everyone was invited in the meeting. And like in Gaur Leela, who will have which role, what roles he will play in that theatre drama. Everyone was invited in the meeting. I said everyone was assigned designated roles. And everyone's name were created. And then the last name was right. Baladev. Krishna said, I am coming in Gaur Rang. Now, Baladeva Prabhu is thinking, my name will come, but all the names were announced. But Baladeva Prabhu was left. It's very nice this is. One Vaishnava was explaining this to me. Krishna said, You announced and give roles to everybody. Where is my role? Krishna said, I will not take you with me now. Why? Look, in my Ram Leela, you put so much obstacles and you protested me many times in my Ram Leela. If someone else was there, they would have gone away. But you stayed with me and you did cause so many obstacles. You came in Lakshman in Ram Leela. I said, yes. What did you do? When Father Dashrath, when he ordered me exile, you became so angry on the father. Why did you become angry? When you incarnation of Lakshman, you used many bad words towards my father. Do you remember? You should never use bad words towards your father. The scriptures say father is the most respectable. Huh? I told in Ram Avatar, Lakshman, my father is so strong, religious. If you even speak a bad word for my father, I will abandon you. I will abandon you for. Do you remember this incident or not? He said, did you oppose me or not? So you opposed me. Why did you oppose me? Why you opposed me? You were there to support my Leela or create opposition in my Leela? And then what happened? He went to the forest. And my brother Bharat, he was coming with all the kingdom and all the people. He came to the forest to crown me the king. And you thought, Bharat, he is coming to attack us. You were ready to attack the whole army and kill everyone. And you were like, you will kill everybody. Do you remember? Not even this. I will tell you more times. Lakshman did a position of Ram. When the Sita Devi was abducted, he was kidnapped. After that, I killed Ravan. He said yes. Like Krishna is giving making everything remember to Baladeva. He's telling about what happened in Ram Leela. After Ravan was killed, Vibhishan said, take back your wife. He freed the Sita when Sita was coming. I said, Sita has to give a test in the fire, Agni Pariksha. A woman, if she lives alone somewhere, then the doubts come on that woman not. So she will give Agni Pariksha and come. You remember, at that time, you became so angry and opposed me at that time. Do you remember? You said, I respect Sita Devi as like my mother. There is no fault in Sita Devi. And you are accusing Sita Devi? Why are you asking for her to give test through and pass through fire? I don't believe you. And Ramchandra said, Are Lakshman, listen. I have to take my Sita back. This Sita is... No, this is not Sita. This is Chaya. This is fake Sita. She said, yes, this is fake Sita. How? Then he explained the katha about in Brahma-samhita Puran, the katha is there. That how Chaya Sita, like the shadow of Sita is there. And Ramchandra explained all the katha to Lakshman. Then Lakshman, he lighted up a fire and then Chaya Sita entered there and the real Sita came out from the fire. This is the truth. And then Krishna is saying to Baladev that I will not take you with me. You create so many problems. I will not take you in my Gaur Leela. You will oppose me. You will create problems. That time Baladeva Prabhu, what did he say? Look, Kanhaiya, I take a vow. In Gaur Leela, I will never oppose you. I will never become angry on you. That same Baladeva Prabhu came in form of Nityananda Prabhu and is saying, Baladeva Prabhu is coming as Nityananda Prabhu and is saying this. who has no even one drop of anger in his heart. When Jagai Madhai gives so much trouble, the Nityananda Prabhu's forehead was bleeding. They're saying, God Sundar, give them mercy. They hit me. If someone hit us, we will hit them back. But he has not even one drop of anger. Nityananda Prabhu does not have even one drop of anger in him. Baladeva Prabhu came in form of Nityananda Prabhu, and how he is expressing this. Nityananda Prabhu Ashtakam is there. Oh dear brothers and sisters, I take a vow. He's pointing a finger and lifting up his hand and saying, only chant holy names. No need to do anything else. Don't do karma, and no need to do anything else. Do what? No need to do anything else. You come parikrama and your legs are tired. No, chant. Sit down and chant holy names. Listen Hari Katha. The Dham Parikrama, I am not criticizing, I am just telling the truth. Chant holy names. Oh dear brothers and sisters, chant holy names. He's picking up his hand and he's pointing a finger and saying, oh dear brothers and sisters, just chant holy names, no need to do anything else. In Kali Yuga, what will you do? You tell me. Can you do anything? You read a sloka and you will forget in 1 second. Can you remember sloka? You cannot speak Guru Vandana properly. What will you do? Tell me. You remember sloka and then you forget also. Yesterday Maharaj told, Manda Sumanda Mateo. So those who don't know to do anything, because you can't do anything, just chant holy names. Nityananda Prabhu is saying, I take all your responsibilities, all your material responsibilities, everything I take. Chaitanya Bhagavat is there. Read. This verse is in Chaitanya Bhagavat. Your memory power is very less in Kali Yuga. At the time of when Gurudev was here, we used to read all these slokas. And now we speak a sloka and then we forget. No need to do anything else. In Kali Yuga, just remember about Nityananda Prabhu. Gaur Sundar, he giving mercy. Nama Mahavadan is magnanimous, but Nityananda Prabhu, he is like even more magnanimous than Mahaprabhu. That's why he said, if you want mercy of Gaur Sundar, then go to Nityananda Prabhu first. If you have mercy of Nityananda, then you can only get Radha Krishna. And you hold and grab the feet of Nityananda Prabhu. Grab the lotus feet of Nityananda Mahaprabhu. Take the shelter of Nityananda Prabhu. Baladeva Prabhu. I pray in the feet of Baladeva Prabhu. This should be our prayer. We should be always in his lotus feet. May he give us mercy. Maybe he give me